of hate for you.
I know.
So meta model then. Meta model and Milton model. I've designed this, which is in the HMS therapy manual that I've designed, to chunk down to the root cause specifically, and then also to chunk up if you haven't got time. So if you've got time of working, you've got 2 hours to work with someone, and we're doing therapeutic coaching with somebody, you've got 2 hours to work with someone. So first of all, what is the problem? And they say, oh, I've got a problem with my work. Right, so you know the context, you know the gestalt that you're working in, the area, the department area, where the limiting belief is. Okay, what specifically is the problem about my work, about your work? And they say, my boss. Okay, and how does your boss make you feel? I feel angry. So straight away, straight into an emotion. We know in the context, and then we can go, are you prepared to let go of anger in the context of your boss at work? So if we've turned it into a department to work in, and then we can do HMS coaching with them, or we can use HMS therapy with them, right? You haven't got time, so you go, what's the problem? My boss at work. Okay, how does that make you feel? Makes me feel angry. You haven't got time, so you come straight across over to this one here, and you start using stuff like, how's that working out for you, getting angry at your boss at work? Well, it's not. That's right, it's not. So what could you do instead? What purpose for you? You're angry. You can use that one, or you can use, what does that anger do for you? What does being angry at work do for you? Nothing. So what's that doing for you? Nothing. What could you do instead? I could leave my job. And what's that going to do? I'll start feeling better about my work, get a new boss. And then what's that going to do for you? I'll start to value myself more. So I'm just making this stuff up, but already I'm chunking them up to start seeing the perspective. So I'm using the Milton model now to bring him back up to his highest intent of what's good for him, not what's bad for him, because that's not working out. It's about using the meta model and Milton model language to extract a strategy from their unconscious of stuff they've done in the past. That's the lost information that will allow them to achieve their goals. And then down at the bottom here, I've got archetypes of the human condition, which is more for HMS therapy, and starts to look at root cause problems, such as like if it's Gestalt, mum, dad relationships, jealousy, betrayals, well-being, all sorts of areas you could be working in, emotions, anger, sadness, fear, guilt, hurt, anger. All of those you'd be looking at as working as a therapist. But when you're dealing with coaching, you want to be looking at extracting a resource and then chunking them up. And the 5 questions, or some of the questions you're going to be learning in a minute, therapeutic coaching questions, they are designed to get to the goal of what they're trying to achieve in life and let go of the past. And if they're not letting go of the past and they're still not getting a result, then you might need to go back and do the HMS therapy to remove the gestalt. Like I said, if you don't do that shadow work, if you don't do those root cause problems, they're just going to keep coming back again. So no matter how much coaching you do, until you deal with those root cause unconscious stuff, it's just going to keep coming back. So here's a Milton model therapeutic coaching question. What's the problem? He makes me angry. What does getting angry do for you? Gets me in trouble. Get me in trouble. Sorry, spelling mistake there. What could you do instead of getting angry? Ignore him. What will that do for you? It will allow me to move on in my life. Yeah, so just showing you a little bit there of how you can use, Milton model questioning, not that model. Because we're chunking them up rather than chunking down to a root cause. Therapeutic coaching questions then. So we've got when are you not, where are you not, how are you not, what are you that is not, and who are you that is not. So we're going to practice this in a minute as a little demonstration. So for instance, anyone got a problem in the room? Just a little one, not a big gestalt.
It's quite nice that I can't think of one of them.
Yeah, it's lovely it's a problem when we run out of problems. Isn't it? You got one, Rog? Just nod your head when you get the answer. You don't need to share it with us.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Okay. So, got the problem running in your head?
Yeah.
Okay. So when are you not that problem? And they can do it with their eyes open, because we're doing coaching, eyes open. When we're doing therapy, we do eyes closed. When you're not that problem, fully consider each word.
Yeah, when I'm working.
When you're working, okay. So where are you not that problem?
In the office.
In the office, awesome. So how are you not that problem? And I doubled up the knots then as well, because sometimes you can do that. You can put 3 knots in there. When you're not that problem. No, sorry, what are you that is not that problem? Or how are you not that problem? Fully consider each word. So go for how are you not that problem?
Because I'm in charge.
Because you're in charge, that's right. You're in charge. See, I'm feeding back as well as language. So what are you that is not the problem?
Project manager.
Project manager, that's right. Project manager. See, I'm feeding it back. Project manager, project manager. So who are you that is not that problem?
The boss.
The boss. That's right. Is that okay with the boss now?
Oh yeah.
Good. Coaching is releasing a person's potential to maximise their own performance. It is helping them put into, what was that? It is helping them to learn.
It's helping them to learn.
Where am I getting put from? See how my brain works? It's helping them to learn rather than teaching them. Yeah, I'll cut that bit out because that marble mouth. I find really difficult.
So it's also helping them to learn, not teaching them.